People everywhere would look at Ouija boards as a make-believe kids game, at least up until the year of 1973, the release of The Exorcist. It was then known as a vessel to welcome demonic entities into your home, which is just what this story is about, based loosely on true events that helped propel the fear and striking it into our audiences with its unbelievable, realistic practical effects. The film is directed by William Friedkin that won a total of 4 awards, including 2 Academy Awards for Best Screenplay and Best Sound Mixing, 2 Golden Globes for Best Picture and Best Supporting Actress, Linda Blair. Let's discuss one of the most successful and profitable horror films of all time. How horrifying it is. And it really is, not only just because the demonic possession of it all, it's just the way it's handled and directed, and the way that Ellen Bernstein's character, the mother, reacts towards her daughter being possessed is really terrifying. And the thought of any parent having their kid possessed by some ancient being is terrifying, because there's nothing you could do to help her or them, and that's something that would always terrify a parent, or just the kid itself being in that situation where they can't do nothing. And that's what's so terrifying about these type of films, and especially The Exorcist, because it really shows how helpless a person could be to something like this. And because there's nothing you could do, you could go to the doctor, get checked out, they can't do nothing, they couldn't figure out anything that's wrong with you, or if there's even it's like a disease, really, like if cancer, you can't really do much about that. It's inside of you, and much like a mental illness, so would a demon be attached to you in this type of situation. And it is really terrifying, because you can go anywhere, in public, and you won't be safe because it's inside of you and it's part of you now. And that's really what stands out to me, and what terrified me as a kid, and it still does. I mean, it's creepy, honestly. Like, it's really, like I said, it's extremely well handled, from the editing, to the practical effects, the performances by Ellen Bernstein and Linda Blair. And then you got the priest and his story with his mother, and then Linda Blair's character on the bed, but then he turns around and he sees his mother, which is terrifying, just how subtle it is, but how effective. It just goes to show how much of a talent like that, like where you just, the right editing, the right time and everything, and it really goes a long way, and it really is successful with how you put together a film, instead of like jump scares, or it really pulls you in, and it doesn't let go.
Lick me, you stupid cunt. Stick your cock in her eyes, you motherfucker. You know what she did? Your cunting daughter.
As mentioned, that there is creepy and eerie incidences on set, which is, I think, is to promote the film, but it could have been true. Who knows? What's so great about this film is it really does take its time, which is what most older horror films do, what's so great about them, and that's what makes them the classics that they are, is that it's done in stages, and it's not just right away where you see the monster or whatever behind the corner. It slowly lurks and gets closer and closer, and by the time that climax at the end is up, and it's just terrifying. The Exorcist, the film that haunts all of our dreams, the fears we became, the nightmares we can't escape. If you like this review, check out my fan film of The Conjuring. Click the link in the description below.